You guys kind of took some punches from them in the first half. I think they were up 5, and then what do you think about the way you guys responded and kind of played consistently throughout the second half?
I mean, they gave us everything they got there. I mean, we had our hands full and had a real problem, especially in that first half, stopping them. But fortunately for us, our offense was clicking at a really, really high level. But yeah, that is a really good basketball team. They're big and physical. I mean, that's one of the more physical teams. You know, they're built like maybe our 17 team was, with the size they have, and just their understanding and willingness to really work everything kind of through those bigs. And then, you know, O'Neal started out on fire and you know, let them get a couple catch and shoot threes, and when they're hitting you inside and out, that makes it really, really hard. But we responded, kept our offense going, and then our defense got a lot better in the second half. It was much, much better in the second half.
Mark, you spoke about how you guys needed to get Dusty going.
Yeah.
I think it was the last time we were in here. Good night for him.
It was a great night. In fact, I told the team afterwards, that's the Dusty, that's the guy we recruited. That's the guy who started the year for us, making plays like that, and just doing everything. That's the beauty of Dusty. It's not the threes, it's the flying around, getting putbacks, making plays on defense, just doing everything. He fills every box. So yeah, it's a great call, and yeah, we needed everything tonight because we got a little bit of foul trouble.
You guys were talking about watching the film from the first Santa Clara game. Where do you think this team has evolved and grown since that game about a month ago?
I mean, well, clearly, I mean, I feel like our offense is more purposeful and, you know, just we're a little bit, have a better understanding, especially when we play the three bigs. I think we had that out there for times during that game, and it was a little bit disjointed. And, yeah, I mean, like Ryan's used to playing now with Graham, and you know, Graham's used to playing with Ben, and kind of all those different combinations, and just kind of working our way through that. Is we're much more cohesive on that end. We've also settled in on some good defensive coverages, and certainly looked better in the second half than they did in the first. But you know, again, we just have not ran into teams with that size and that willingness really to, you know, go at us kind of inside out like they did.
And nice to see Anton get that type of send off from the crowd, and
I mean,
the way he's connected, I guess, with this area.
Yeah. Yes, very much so. Perfect getting.
I remember you telling us a couple years ago that you wanted to challenge Anton, be more assertive on the court, really take charge. How have you seen him grow over these last 5 years now?
Well, I mean, tremendously. I mean, especially probably the most this past year. I mean, without his sidekick Drew around, he's had to really, you know, own a lot of these big possessions down the stretch of these games, and he's done it. And he's done it, you know, masterfully. And even tonight, he got off to a slow start, picked up a couple tough fouls, but he didn't. You know, we didn't lose him for the game. We got him back in there, and he was a big factor, obviously, in that second half. And I think there's your sign of growth, just right there. And he just impacts games in just so many different ways. Those steals, off the ball, on post feeds, you know, breaking presses, and everything. It's amazing. And I heard you guys talking about John. It just goes back to John coaching him in AAU and all the coaches that were with him, you know, and his high school coach, and they did a great job because he, you know, he's not a one-trick pony. He does everything really, really, really well, and it's getting more and more rare to find players like that, quite frankly.
Not to get too sentimental about it, Mark, but the Spokane kid,
Yeah.
stayed the whole time. Just how much does he mean to this program?
I mean, he's meant a ton to us, and obviously it's so nice to have somebody from Spokane, you know, good enough to play here. Not only good enough to play here, but good enough to start and be such a, you know, an all-league type player. And yeah, I mean, he's just a great teammate. He's a great person. Comes from a great family. Wherever he's been, he's just well loved. And I mean, what more could you ask for?
Battle coming next week.
Yeah,
Two
we had a
battles.
battle tonight. We had a big time battle tonight. I mean, this took everything we had, and Yeah, I mean, Thursday's going to be as physical as this and intense. San Francisco brings a real intensity and a real physicality, and they're playing great. Us and St. Mary's are the only teams that have been able to do anything with them. So that's going to be a huge, huge challenge. And then just a short prep after that, we got to go to St. Mary's. So it'd be great. I mean, it's these guys have taken care of business to put ourselves back in position to, we got to go out and perform.
Were you pretty happy to get that USF game at the Chase Center rather than their gym can get pretty hostile and rowdy? Do you think it helps you guys a little bit to be playing there?
I haven't really even thought much about it, quite frankly. Just, it's going to be a hard game, no matter where it's at. It's going to be a really hard game. So, hopefully, their fans down there will support it, and they'll come out and be a great crowd, like it usually is when we play them. And,
Thanks,
okay.